This episode of The Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Full Sail University. Coming up, rev up your engines because those talking automobiles are back in Cars 2.
Today in movies, we're going to be talking about Cars 2 out here on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yep, just walked out of El Capitan Theater.
Walked out the El Cap right down there. The Grauman's Chinese is right behind us. So sightseeing if you're not
welcome.
From, welcome.
And we have actual cars behind us.
Yes.
So Cars 2 sequel.
Yes.
As well as annual summer Pixar film. Before we talk about the movie, as is also a Pixar tradition, we have a short that plays in front of it. This one's called Hawaiian Vacation, and it stars the cast of Toy Story.
It's a Toy Story movie.
3.5.
It's a Toy Story short film.
Really quickly, what did you guys think of that?
Amazing.
They can just keep making those forever.
The shorts?
Yeah.
No,
Or
Toy Story
Story ones.
specifically.
Yeah.
Toy Story shorts. It's just joke.
And so hard and
crisp.
like heartfelt and warm. It's just a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I concur with you both.
Yeah.
So Cars 2, as I said, sequel to Cars. This time it's much more of an action movie.
It's a spy thriller.
It's a spy thriller. It is mistaken identity. It focuses more on Mater, who's just a side character, the first one.
Yeah.
And he's almost the main character of this.
Absolutely.
I think he is the main
It's
character.
as if Jar Jar Binks had his own movie.
I think.
Think about it.
Think about it.
So he's mistaken to be a world-class spy, and hijinks ensue. Like I said, much more action-oriented. Alex,
Yes.
you never saw the first Cars.
Never saw the first Cars.
So what do you make of this as this is a Cars movie?
Well, the
you
really
saw,
funny thing about the Cars movies is they don't even feel like Pixar movies to me.
even though you didn't see the first one.
No, but yes, I didn't feel like I was going in to see a Pixar movie. I thought I was going to go see, some knockoff, whatever 3D animated feature that's kind of like a Pixar movie. And that's kind of what I got. There's a little bit of the Pixar feel in it, but it really feels like less than any of the other Pixar movies. That said, there's actually a surprising amount of stuff to get out of this movie. The story, the first half of this movie is pretty boring, but the way that they sort of anthropomorphize cars and airplanes and boats was really fun. And the first opening action sequence, I was like, this is how I want to see all my action movies, because this is badass. This is really legitimately badass action sequences. The 3D is amazing. These movies are what 3D is made for. There was one shot that was like maybe 2 seconds. It was on the back fender of the car racing through in the Italian coastline. And I was like, why is that shot only 2 seconds? Because that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my eye holes. The jokes of things like the Queen with her little antenna coming up to knight him, those car jokes really rang true to me. It's just not that good a movie, unfortunately, like the overall movie, but it's enjoyable. It's one of those things that I'd be like, oh yeah, if it's on HBO, watch it. If you have a 3D TV, definitely watch it. If it's on 3HBO, whatever that is. So it was better than I had anticipated my experience to be, but yet still not nearly as high as any of the Pixar movies that I've seen in the last 10 years.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, I saw the first Cars yesterday for the first time. I had missed it, so watched it on Blu-ray to prepare myself for this. This movie is an order of magnitude better than the first, which is rare in sequels, and Pixar seems to have some magic formula with sequels where they actually improve upon the first. This blows the universe of these movies wide open. It expands. We're globe-trotting now. We're finding out more about how that world works. And you're right. Part of that fun is the anthropomorphication of these cars. And we find out how they go to the bathroom, and how they go to parties.
The stuff in Japan
how
was
they travel.
amazing. The Japanese game show.
Yeah.
It's like car jumping through hoops. I mean, it's crazy.
That is fun. It's this what if cars were people, And it's different than most anthropomorphized Pixar movies in the sense that, yeah, they still, all these other things that they've done, toys and bugs and all these other things, still exist in the human world. There's still humans walking around.
Yeah.
But with cars, there's no humans.
Yeah.
It's just cars and planes and vehicle. It's a vehicle world. And there's so much joy to be made out of that. The best part of the first movie, in my opinion, was the NASCAR shots, the racing. Visceral, fun, exciting. Taking that, pushing aside the NASCAR and going with this Grand Prix idea really blows the doors wide open. The locations are sumptuous to behold.
Yeah.
Italy, France, London, just gorgeously depicted on screen. It's like the best racing video game you have ever played in your life.
Yeah.
And as you said, the action sequences are a blast. There is wall-to-wall action in this movie, much more than the first movie, and they are all inventive and fun and exciting and well shot and well realized, and all in that anthropomorphized. How would a car accomplish this rather than a human? I really liked it a lot. It's not Toy Story 3, it's not some of the things, but it's still an excellent movie and much better than the first.
I agree. I did not like, I agree with what you just said. I did not like the first Cars at all. And you're right, this is an order of magnitude superior to the first movie. It just goes to show how much I did not like the first one because I still really didn't like this one. However, the action scenes are awesome. And just like the first Cars, it is beautiful. It's one of the more, I think it's the most beautiful looking Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't like them. Sorry, almost hit you.
It's all good. This is what happens when we're street reviewing.
And still be careful though.
It's all good.
All right. It's a car. They're dangerous, we know.
Yeah.
And London, the gloomy, overcast London. I don't know if it's because it was gloomy and overcast. It lent the quality of lighting. It looked photo real.
Yeah, there's a
The
lot of amazing
environments
stuff.
in London looked like they comped in CG cars into a real place. Absolutely mind-blowing. It was like that, that short that guy did, it's like Third and Vine, or that Seventh and something. That was like all photo real architecture. Yeah. I feel like and the architecture, it's different than any of the other Pixar movies where it's like, it's not under the sea and it's cartoony, and this is like,
or just a town block and you're barely outside.
And in 3D, as you said, the 3D makes it pop.
I could have done without 3D. The 3D is so good that I'm
you
just
forget
immersed,
it's there,
and then it's like, well, I might as well just be watching it regularly.
Did you like the gags that were happening when they were in Japan?
I found it when it's funny because it's juvenile, and when it's clever, it's not funny. It's just clever.
I agree that I can kind of go without the whole Larry the Cable Guy shtick. The whole
definitely.
I'm a dumb redneck shtick it gets a little grating, but I think the quality of the film, the adventure aspects, it trumps that and it won me over by the end, because as you said, the first half is much more that I'm Larry Cable Guy and I'm wacky in a weird situation. But by the end, there's so many characters and so many locations and such a grandiose adventure tale being told that I was completely won over by it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sorry you didn't like it as much. I'd sort of not cold, lukewarm, warmer.
And it's funny that without having seen Cars, you feel like it's not a Pixar movie, because it really does feel un-Pixar.
It does feel very
doesn't have any
un-Pixar.
of the first one does have a lot of heart, though I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't seem to fit in with their
It's still a very conventional tale. The first movie is very conventional, and this is still a very conventional fish out of water kind of learn to trust your friend kind of. It doesn't have the nuance that a Toy Story, any of the Toy Stories have, or any of Finding Nemo.
Any of the post Finding Nemo.
And which is surprising because it's directed by John Lasseter and co-directed, but I think there's enough enjoyment and just blowing that universe up, seeing every corner of it, investigating how do cars work in this world is so much fun that
certainly if
it makes
you
up
like
for
the
it.
first one, you are in for a treat.
Yeah.
I don't know though. My 6-year-old nephew loved the first one. I don't know. I guess it's still going to be fun for him. But it's not about Lightning McQueen. And I think that might be a disappointment to some kids.
That's a good point. But there's some fun new cars anyway.
Oh,
so
and planes. I actually love the planes. It's some
And
of my
boats
favorite. Yeah.
and- yeah.
vehicles. It's
So
masked,
Cars
Alex.
2.
It's
It is
masked
Matt.
view.
No, believe me, that had gone through my head.
The racing sequences are so fun.
Yeah.
Very cool, because the camera can do
Whatever it
wants
wants.
to do
Yeah.
in the CG world. All right, that is our review of Cars 2.
Catch you later.
Just
Is there a
do an
catchphrase?
explosion
Is there a
now.
catchphrase in it? All right, everybody, be sure to stick around for this day in rad history. But first, we want to thank our sponsors, Full Sail University. Fill your sails with knowledge.
Yeah,
Added
awesome
that little,
knowledge.
tagline myself. You love to play video games, but you thought of creating video games? Whether you're interested in programming, art, animation, story creation, or even producing games, there's a full game production degree at Full Sail University.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Full Sail's campus is equipped with professional-level gaming studios and labs where you can work with teams of your peers to create playable games from start to finish. I wish this was around when I was a youngling.
I go to GDC every year, and they have
Yeah.
those the design competitions and stuff for
Yeah.
students.
Yeah.
And some of the most exciting, interesting, awesome games come from student.
Well, that's what they said about Portal. Wasn't Portal something that somebody did and they were like, bought it and then made Portal? Amazing. If you're looking for an online program, Full Sail's Game, Art, and Game Design Bachelor's Degree program utilizes Full Sail's immersive education platform, giving you the ability to earn your degree from anywhere in the world. Or the world.
Wizarding world?
It's the wizarding world of Full Sail University. Full Sail University also offers a variety of campuses and online degrees in fields related to entertainment and media industries, including art and design, filmmaking, recording arts, entertainment business, and many, many more. Visit fullsail.edu/TRS to learn more.
I want to learn more.
I want to learn more. Now we will see you
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, don't miss our wrap-up to this season of Game of Thrones.
Today is June 23rd, and on this day in rad history, back in 1991, the first Sonic the Hedgehog game
Sega
was released.
We were
It was the Sega Genesis, right? It wasn't
Yep.
the Master System? Yeah.
That was
We were
the
all
system
in
selling.
in Green Zone.
Yes, we
we were all in
were.
green.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Da-na-na-na. So I have this thing. I used to remember when I did Geek Drum. It was a thing that people knew me by because when I got my Sega, I was so excited that when I got to the Spring Yard Zone, level 3 in Sonic, I made up a song that went. And if you guys remember the tune, it was "Can't believe I got my Sega Genesis. Can't believe I got that Sega. I really like my Sega Genesis." So anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have your remix assignment.
Yes. Thank you at Paul Z.